Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Anne Daily English Podcast. I'm Anne.
And I'm Asher. Wherever you're listening from, thank you for spending a little part of your day with us.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's build your English confidence, one conversation at a time. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We're really happy you're here.
Whether you're relaxing at home, driving to work, or taking a walk, we're glad you're spending some time with us today.
You know, Asher, I've been thinking about something recently.
Oh, whenever you say that, I know there's going to be a story.
You're probably right. Well, I met someone new a few days ago. We started talking, and after a minute or two, she smiled and said, "So, tell me a little about yourself."
That's such a simple question, but I think it makes a lot of people nervous.
It really does. For just a second, I wasn't sure where to begin. Not because I didn't know what to say, but because I was wondering, what should I say first?
I think that's something many English learners experience. They know lots of English words, but when it's time to speak, everything suddenly disappears.
Exactly. It's like your brain says, "Good luck," and then takes a little vacation.
That's actually a perfect description.
The funny thing is, introducing yourself doesn't have to be difficult. Most people aren't expecting a perfect answer. They're simply trying to get to know you.
That's right. They're starting a conversation, not giving you a test.
I like that. Sometimes we forget conversations are meant to feel relaxed. They're not interviews.
Exactly. So, if we'd never met before, how would you introduce yourself?
I'd smile and say, "Hi, I'm Anne. It's really nice to meet you." That's probably it.
Simple, friendly, natural. Then I'd say, "Hi, Anne. I'm Asher. It's nice to meet you too." And just like that, the conversation has already started.
It's amazing how often people think they need a long introduction.
I know. Sometimes less is actually better. You don't need to tell someone everything about yourself in the first minute.
Exactly. You can let the conversation grow naturally. One question, one answer at a time.
So, after we've introduced ourselves, what would you ask next?
I'd probably ask, "Where are you from?" I think it's an easy question, and it usually leads to another conversation.
I agree. If someone asked me that, I'd simply say, "I'm from the United States." Then I'd ask, "What about you?"
See? That's something really important. You answer the question, and then you ask one back.
A conversation isn't just about talking. It's also about listening.
That's such a good point. It's a little like playing catch. You throw the ball, then the other person throws it back.
Exactly. If one person keeps holding the ball, the game becomes pretty boring.
I don't think anyone wants that.
Definitely not.
After that, people often ask another simple question. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? I like that question. It tells you a little about someone's personality.
So, what would your answer be?
I enjoy reading, trying new cafes, and spending time with my family. Those are probably my favorite things. How about you?
I enjoy hiking, listening to music, and making a really good cup of tea.
A really good cup of tea. You make it sound like an art.
Well, I do take my tea very seriously.
I know you do. Meanwhile, I'm perfectly happy with a nice cup of coffee.
I was wondering how long it would take before you mentioned coffee.
Not very long. Coffee usually finds its way into my conversations somehow.
I think our listeners are going to figure that out pretty quickly.
Probably. But you know, there's something else I've noticed. Many English learners worry too much about making mistakes. They think, what if my grammar isn't perfect? Or what if I forget a word?
That's a very normal feeling. But here's something worth remembering. Most people aren't listening for mistakes. They're listening because they want to get to know you.
I really like that. Sometimes we're much harder on ourselves than other people are.
Exactly. People usually remember that you are kind, friendly, and interested in talking with them. They rarely remember one small grammar mistake.
That's such an encouraging thought, and I think it's something all English learners need to hear.
You know, there's something I've learned over the years. When someone asks you to introduce yourself, they're not expecting a perfect answer. They're simply hoping to start a conversation.
I really like that. Sometimes we make it much more difficult than it needs to be. We start wondering, what should I say? What if I make a mistake? What if I forget a word?
Exactly. Instead of worrying about saying everything, just focus on saying one thing well. The rest of the conversation usually takes care of itself.
That's true. One answer often leads to another question, and before you know it, you're having a real conversation.
Should we try another example?
Yes. Let's imagine we're meeting for the first time at a community event. You start.
Hi, I'm Asher. I don't think we've met before.
Hi, Asher. I'm Anne. It's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Is this your first time here?
Yes, it is. A friend invited me. I'm glad I decided to come. What about you?
I've been here a few times. It's always a good place to meet new people.
That's nice to hear. I was actually a little nervous before I arrived.
Really? You don't seem nervous at all.
I think I'm just getting better at hiding it.
I think that's something a lot of people can relate to. Most of us feel a little nervous when we're meeting someone for the first time.
You're right. Sometimes we just need someone to smile first. Then everything feels a little easier.
Exactly. A friendly smile can make a conversation feel much more comfortable.
Speaking of conversations, I think it's time for something our listeners have been waiting for.
I know exactly what's coming.
It's time for Anne's Quiz Time.
3 quick questions. Let's see how much you remember. Ready?
Question 1. Someone says, "Tell me about yourself." What's a good way to begin? A. My name is Anne. B. I don't know. C. Goodbye.
The answer is A. A simple introduction is always the best place to begin. Question 2. True or false? You need to tell someone everything about yourself the first time you meet.
The answer is false. A few friendly sentences are enough. The conversation can grow naturally after that. And here's our last question. Imagine someone asks, "Where are you from?" After you answer, what's a friendly thing to do next? A. Look at your phone. B. Ask, "What about you?" C. Say, "That's all."
The answer is B. When you ask, "What about you?" you're inviting the other person to share too. That's how conversations become enjoyable.
So, how did you do? Did you get all 3 questions right? Fantastic. If you got 2, that's wonderful too. And if you only got 1, don't worry. You're learning every time you listen.
Exactly. Learning English isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming a little more confident every day.
Now, let's practice together. This time, don't just listen. Speak with me. Ready? Hello, my name is Anne. It's really nice to meet you. I enjoy reading and spending time with my family. Wonderful. Now it's your turn. Say those 3 sentences again, but change them to match your own life. Use your own name. Talk about the things you enjoy. Make the introduction yours.
Before we go, we have a little challenge for you. Today, introduce yourself in 4 simple sentences. Then ask the other person 1 question.
Maybe, where are you from? Or, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? Remember, great conversations aren't just about talking. They're also about listening.
And before we say goodbye, I'd like to leave you with one little thought. Please don't wait until your English is perfect before you start speaking. Every conversation you have helps you become a little more confident. Every new word you learn helps you express yourself a little better. And every small mistake is simply another step forward.
Confidence doesn't appear overnight. It grows, one conversation at a time.
Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. We hope today's conversation has helped you feel a little more confident introducing yourself in English.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who is learning English.
We'll see you again in our next episode of the Anne Daily English Podcast. Goodbye.